Hey, what's up, guys? Paris Christian Armani here, and back with another inspirational video for you guys. And I'm always whispering, it seems like, because I'm up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and everybody else here is asleep. But I'm still going at it. Wanted to share a tip with you guys on time management. Time management is something, in the world of self-development that, you know, I just was not, for whatever reason, I was overlooking this whole aspect of, um, you know, um, developing myself, shifting my mindset, getting the self discipline, time management, that is what's going to be the game changer for me, hopefully for you if you are taking notes on this tip I'm about to share with you. It really simplifies the whole process of time management, right? First off, you want to have a planner. I like the daily or the weekly. I prefer the weekly so I can see at a glance my whole week. But sometimes when you have too many things, on the daily, it can be overwhelming. It just sort of has you very, there's just a heaviness, sort of mentally when you think about everything that you have to do, to where I just kind of prefer a weekly planner. You can't fit too much, on a weekly planner, but there's enough spaces in here, for my appointments and things of that nature. I fill it out every day. But if you're anything like me and you work a full-time job, which I do, at least 40 hours a week, so on top of that, I'm working on building my coaching business and my speaking business. So what I have to do is time block segments of my day. I have to make appointments with myself. And the reason why is it this important? Because on my previous video, I gave you guys a tip that's been a game changer for me as well, keeping a mastermind journal. Well, that's what I call it. Or Napoleon Hill just says a pocket-sized notebook, a book of inspirational ideas. Jim Rohn did the same thing. But the greats, they all knew this, guys. So this is the tip I wanted to give you guys. If you would shift your focus on just the one or two things, maybe for the entire year, there's a really big, at this level, a project, it's probably not more so a goal because it's probably going to be broken down into many micro goals when you're playing at this level. But these are the types of goals, or projects or objectives that you want to have for yourself that you break down and you work on daily. As Lisa Nichols like to say, celebrate the micro wins because that's how you get to the macro wins, right? So just to share a little example with you guys, keeping my mastermind journal with me, I was struck with inspiration to do my first powerhouse. I mean, it just hit me as a moment of inspiration. I don't even know where it came from, but little moments like that happen all the time. And how often do we just neglect to write it down, or we just let that thought pass, or we think that, we'll be inspired to do it again later? And, the whole purpose of keeping this journal with you is that you don't leave it to your mind to remember it. You write it down while you have that window of opportunity, while it's fresh in your mind. And ultimately, I aspire to live, in that place of occasional hunches and inspirations, capturing that, whenever I'm struck with that type of inspiration, so that I can later go back and go over these ideas and map it out and come up with a plan, and brainstorm and, really put it to action, right? Because as I said in my previous video, ideas are shit, right? Execution is everything. And that was a quote by Gary Vaynerchuk or something. And love that guy. I mean, he's like, talk about 10x, right? So yeah, like working daily, time blocking, a couple of hours a day. If you have more than a couple hours, great, even better. But every day, getting this sense of the progressive realization of a worthy goal that inspires you, right? I feel like my goals have to inspire me, scare me a little bit, right? It's those goals that seem impossible at first, right? That really inspire us and sort of keep us excited enough to actually, you know, press through. And because we have a tendency to get all excited at first and then we don't follow through. But when the goal is something that excites you, and when you're in that process of the daily progressive realization of that worthy goal you set for yourself, that is so inspiring to yourself and to those around you, there's something very magical about that, right? So I'm putting together my first powerhouse, and very excited about it. So in the meantime, I've already, it's on my vision board already. I've done my visualization exercises. I continue to do that every morning, and I know the level that I want to show up. I want to play full out on this thing, right? So I basically have all this time right now to work on my podcast series, to get my WordPress blog together, to revise my book, which I'm going to be releasing again by December 30th. It'll be Six Figure Mindset Coach Revised, because I will be doing a book signing. I will be speaking on some of the principles in my book. I do want to have guests on my podcast, so I could potentially invite to speak on stage at my my powerhouse conference, right? So it's a lot of behind the scenes little micro goals that I'm working on in the meantime that are going to lead up to this powerhouse conference. And yeah, it's exciting just talking about it. I'm sure you can sort of feel my energy, feel my excitement. But this is, how I want to help my clients to show up in the world, right? To play full out on your dreams, right? There's no other way to show up, So anyways, hope this video was inspirational, inspiring to you. If so, please do leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, like, share it. I love hearing from you guys. That's all for now. I'll be back with another video soon. All right? Shalom. Love you guys.